What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dummy Wormy, and it was just roughly 3 weeks ago when it was reported that The Acolyte was canceled after being an abysmal failure in the ratings. It barely showed up on the Nielsen charts, and when people started actually doing the math and breaking it down, it had 45% less viewership than Ahsoka's final episode and 55% less viewership than Andor. And because of that, you ended up having Acolyte stands melting down all over the place and blaming racists and sexist people for people not coming out and watching the show. You ended up having the petition going on to try to get people to actually sign up and help save the show. And after 3 weeks, it's only mustered up 66,000 signatures, almost 67,000 signatures after 3 weeks of being up. You ended up having Amanda Stenberg not only confirm that the show was actually canceled, but also blamed it on a rampage of hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol that was coming out before the show even launched, and ignoring the fact that nerds, have always talked about shows and content before it launches, as we give our takes, we give what we think is going to be happening, and discussing what's going on. And there was news around The Acolyte that people were talking about. Shocker that this all happens. Well, since then, The Acolyte cancellation backlash, seemingly organized effort underway to have YouTube silence critics of the show. I'm not going to say it's seemingly, okay? It doesn't look seemingly. I think it's a verified, organized effort to send people out to shut down YouTubers that were talking ill about the show. But not just any YouTubers, mind you. We're talking Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, and Ryan Cannell. Hate shouldn't be a career path at YouTube. Demonetize Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and Ryan Cannell. This comes from Nish. I don't even know who Nish is. All you can see is Renew the Acolyte over here. But this whole letter right here has been going around all day by these freaks who are organizing a targeted harassment campaign, which, by the way, is against the term of service by both Twitter and YouTube. Oh, and don't you worry, guys, there's YouTubers involved in this, so wonder how that's all gonna work out. But let's read what they had to say. Dear Team YouTube, last week actor Amanda Stenberg, she, they, oh my god, they actually put pronouns in the letter. I did not know that. Posted candid comments to Instagram about the rampage of bigotry and vitriol that she has received since leading the cast of The Acolyte, the latest addition to the Star Wars universe. Stenberg's experience is not new. In fact, this known tactic was initially provoked by former Breitbart news editor Milo Yiannopoulos, who aggressively targeted Ghostbusters actor Leslie Jones under the guise of film criticism after prolonged insults against her Ghostbusters character resulted in harassment against Jones on Twitter. Yiannopoulos claimed that Jones was playing the victim when she called for action against the harassment. The aggressive gaslighting of Jones' experience resulted in Yiannopoulos being banned from Twitter. That's not true. He actually got banned for posing as a journalist. That's the actual reason he got banned. 8 years later, Yiannopoulos' playbook against marginalized actors has evolved into a multi-million-dollar business on YouTube, which has been permitted to develop unchecked with the help of YouTube's partner program. This playbook's biggest target, Star Wars. As fans of Star Wars franchise, we have tirelessly witnessed a handful of YouTube creators continuously drive prolonged insults and harassment against marginalized actors and members of our community. Enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Cannell of RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic. I mind you again, and every time they make any content about an actor saying something stupid, about a show doing what nerds do usually, they tell you, don't engage with these people. do not talk ill or say anything derogatory about these people, but that goes against their narrative. This is a targeted harassment campaign, and I'm gonna finish this whole video off exposing it. The facts: in 2018, Geeks and Gamers, 396,000 subscribers, encouraged harassment against Vietnamese American actor Kelly Marie Tran. That never happened. That is a full fledged lie. Leading up to Tran's departure from Instagram due to prolonged harassment, Geek and Gamers published nearly 15 videos relevant to Tran's Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi character Rose Tico. That is again a lie. They talked about Rose Tico. They never talked about Kelly Marie Tran. And whenever it came to Kelly Marie Tran, they acknowledged she's a beautiful actor. She's a wonderful actor. She seems very nice, very cordial, very kind. But you don't want to acknowledge that. You want to continue to lie the entire time because they have nothing else to do but lie and spread misinformation and disinformation and gaslight everybody else. The channel claimed that the trans character is one of the most hideous characters of all time, the most unlikable character ever, and exists for forced diversity. Many of the comments found in Geeks and Gamers videos can be seen in hateful comments under trans, now deleted Instagram posts. Those were targeted towards not Kelly Marie Tran, but Rose Tico, separating out the art from the artist. I thought that was something that you guys were supposed to do. Oh no, they don't believe that. They were talking about Rose Tico, the character, not the actress, because Lucasfilm uglified Kelly Marie Tran, who is a beautiful woman. Geeks and Gamers championed RK Outpost, 319K subscribers, a channel that frequently targets marginalized actors, including Moses Ingram. Never actually targeted Moses Ingram, just talked about Moses Ingram, and pointed out how she attacked the audience first. That's what happened there. A Black American cast member of the TV series Kenobi, days before Ingram called out racist backlash against her, and on Instagram, RK Outpost called Ingram a lunatic who can do nothing other than play the victim. RK Outpost has recently referred to Ingram's Kenobi character Reva as dumb and tarded. That is true because she is. Geeks and Gamers and RK Outpost frequently co-host the livestream Friday Night Tights on Nerdrotic's YouTube channel, 1.1 million subscribers. None of you guys have those numbers. Where the three channels have made a profitable business reusing prolonged insults against marginalized actors featured in Star Wars, Captain Marvel, and The Lord of the Rings of Power, to name a few. Amanda is the current target of this YouTube-based operation. Together, Geeks and Gamers, RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic have led the charge against Amanda even before the release of The Acolyte, producing nearly 40 videos relevant to Amanda and The Acolyte. No. They made them in response to The Acolyte, not Amanda. They really didn't talk about Amanda as a person until she came out and did a diss track about all of them. They were only talking about maybe about what she said. They never talked about her as a person until she attacked the audience. Then it was on, and even then, they were being relatively kind to the individual because they know how to do this stuff and they're smarter than all of you. These channels have asserted that Amanda is a vapid and narcissistic, the adult pretender, dumb, and half-black. I need Dre here to finish that whole line, for defending herself against racism. Racism that there was no evidence for. Post the receipts. Post them. Oh, they don't have any receipts because they know they don't exist. They're lying to you. These channels have gaslit Amanda by claiming she's playing the victim card, with RK Outpost proclaiming you never been oppressed in your gosh darn life, you biatch. These YouTubers also use racist dog whistles, including the angry black woman stereotype. Well, let's be real honest here when it comes to Amanda Stenberg. She's half Dutch, and both her parents are millionaires. She's lived in Hollywood her entire life as a millionaire who never faced an ounce of oppression in her life, but wants to come around claiming she's a victim all day long and attacking the audience. That is the most blatant gaslight I have ever seen. She is the most privileged individual who didn't even have to audition for the role of Osha or May. She was handed it. Interesting how they always ignore these little things. The hate campaign against Amandla has been so profitable, the other major YouTubers have joined the attack on Amandla, including Star Wars Theory, 3.3 million subscribers. How many more good faith content creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns, and the behavior is permitted to continue with no repercussions? Now they're targeting Star Wars Theory, who has done nothing but talk about the show. It doesn't even go into what the actors do, just talks about the show. But you guys don't like that because he has 3.3 million subscribers and is the second largest Star Wars channel besides Star Wars channel itself. Action required. The Star Wars fandom refuses to watch another marginalized actor or fan be singled out by the prolonged racist harassment from a handful of YouTubers as a result of YouTube's inaction, which has transformed hate into a lucrative career path. It is concerning to us that the targeting marginalized actors on other social media platforms has historically resulted in platform bans, whereas the same behavior has made provocateurs millions on YouTube. This should be highly concerning to advertisers as well. We understand that YouTube has an important role to play in promoting free speech. They don't promote free speech, so ignore that part. However, content uploaded by Geeks and Gamers, RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic is not opinion or criticism. It is prolonged targeted harassment against women of color. We urge YouTube to enforce its community guidelines and demonetize these channels immediately and permanently. Thank you. May the force be with you. Resources, and they give you a bunch of resources, which none of the resources are actually at, but okay, we've gone through the letters. Okay, we've gone through this. This comes from Niche. Who else joined in? Oh, Nancy Drew is better than Sherlock Holmes. I've been on the internet a long time, and I remember what it was like before hate could be monetized on YouTube. I hope that at Team YouTube takes this seriously. No one should be able to utilize hate to make bank. This makes the world less safe for all of us. Demonetize hatred. Interesting how nobody could actually respond to you guys. I always thought Star Wars was for everybody, guys. I thought Star Wars was for everybody. Oh, no, it's not for everybody. It's only for a select few people that are angry, petulant children that are entitled narcissists that the moment they don't get their way, they're going to go out of their way to silence people they disagree with and shut them down because they know they cannot succeed in the free marketplace of ideas. This is some of the most fascistic stuff I have seen from content creators as of late, and it's so disgusting to see it coming from these people as they go around gaslighting everybody saying they're the oppressed ones. I thought you guys were the majority, huh? I thought that was the truth there. Oh, where were you when it came to the acolyte? Nowhere, because you're a small, tiny, sad minority of people. Oh, but we keep going on. So you love Star Wars. At Team YouTube, you ask us to report hateful and harmful content, yet ignore these reports in favor of monetizing hate. If hate has no home on your platform, uphold your policies. Sawyer went on to do a bunch of other stuff saying that this is not a harassment campaign. This is we're not trying to censor them. We're just trying to demonetize them, ignoring the fact that demonetization is akin to censorship over on YouTube. Because the moment you have a demonetized video, fun fact, you no longer get pushed in the algorithm. You are now lesser than everybody else, and it hurts your income. This is their income. This is Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and Ryan's income, and they want to shut them up and take away their income because they disagree with them on a Star Wars show. But I thought we were supposed to be all happy and joyful, guys. No, we're supposed to fall in line and listen to what Sawyer has to say over here, or else we're going to have our money taken away from us. That's what they're establishing here. But I looked into Sawyer a little bit. I understand why she needs some money, to be very honest with you guys. Oh, who else do we have? Scotty Joyer. Stay bombad. 1. Demonetization isn't censorship. 2. Hate speech isn't protected speech. 3. Harassment is never okay. At Team YouTube, please demonetize Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Cannell, RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic. 1. Demonetization literally is censorship. 2. Hate speech is free speech because 1. YouTube is in this wonderful country known as America where all speech is free speech. Fun fact there. On top of that, what is hate speech? You guys have no way to firmly identify what hate speech is. So, yes, hate speech is free speech and it is protected speech. Harassment is never okay. Well, it kind of seems like you guys are going on the harassment campaign right now. And to be honest, it's against both Twitter and YouTube's terms of services. So if you have a YouTube channel, I'd be very, very cautious of what you're going to be doing from here on out, especially because of how many times we are seeing you guys tag at Team YouTube. Oh, but now we're going to get into the real juicy content because we come over here to Molly Damon, who is half of Star Wars Explained, the YouTube channel, who likes to go around virtue signaling all day and night. Oh, hi, Molly. Hi, darling. I've spoken at length about all this in the past, but the only way things get better is if at Team YouTube does something to discourage this kind of content. Until then, it will only get worse. Further promoting the demonetization campaign of Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and Ryan Kinnell. Hey, Molly, you have a YouTube channel associated with you. Going against that YouTube terms of service there. Funny how you guys like to hide behind the YouTube terms of service while all the same time breaking it. But the scary part about all this, YouTube responded. At Molly Damon, we really appreciate you bringing this to our attention. Mind reporting the channel/video in the official reporting tool if you haven't yet. This page has more info on how to do that. Will do, says Molly, going around reporting everybody, showing that she's false flagging channels, admitting to false flagging channels, admitting to a harassment campaign, and participating in it. Remember, the punishment for breaking this terms of service is demonetization yourself and the removal of your own channel. That's why a bunch of people have been tagging at Team YouTube and pointing this out. Interesting how that all plays out. But I do like this person down here. I'm pleading with you to take a step back and think about what you're doing. This can very easily get taken to a court of law, and lawyer fees are expensive. Have you thought this through properly? I agree with what he has to say there. Probably not for the exact same reasons, but I agree with what he has to say there. Because you are leading a harassment campaign right now. You are going after these content creators. Why? Because they disagree with you. That's why they're doing this. Because they're disgusting, narcissistic individuals that are so entitled and can't stand the fact that their opinions aren't making it in the marketplace of free ideas. So what do? They have to silence their opposition. They have to go to Team YouTube and plead with them to shut them up. It won't work, and it will come back to bite you in the butt 10 times harder. Well, we continue on because I have this little screenshot right here of Kyle Katarn, who also participated in this. But I love this screenshot. By the way, Kyle Katarn, he ended up blocking me. Interesting how that all works out. But you see Kyle Katarn here. It's time for you to be a part of the solution at Team YouTube. While you continue to allow these channels to be monetized, you are incentivizing hatred and racism. I love what the world has gone mad has to say. Show one video that incentivizes hatred and racism. I'll do you one better and show you the door. He has no evidence. Outright admitting they have no evidence. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just going around trying to drum stuff up because they're pathetic individuals. By the way, before he blocked me, he did respond with LOL. And then got called out again for not having any evidence. But hey, hi Kyle, you blocked me. I'm now gonna monetize you because that's funny. But you wanna know the final nail in the coffin that proves that this was an organized hatred campaign? Let's come back over here to Niche real quick, or Niche, or whatever the heck her name is. Interesting how they all this all these letters felt kind of familiar if you think about it. So something happened 3 years ago. A particular group. Oh yeah, Rewriting Ripley. Rewriting Ripley, which was an organized hatred campaign that was led in association with individuals that worked at Lucasfilm, individuals like Pablo Hidalgo and other people that work at Lucasfilm. I wonder if they're still in participation with Rewriting Ripley. But you see this because I'm going to play this video for you. And I want you to remember everything that came out in that first couple of sentences of that letter. Because don't you find it interesting how in this letter, They mentioned Milo Yiannopoulos and Leslie Jones. I wonder why they would be doing that.
An alarming number of users are exploiting their platforms to spread hate.
Leslie Jones was subjected to incredibly vicious attacks on Twitter.
I don't say anything I don't believe, but of course.
Wait a minute. So a random letter starts going around the internet that references Leslie Jones and Milo Yiannopoulos. Couldn't be a hate campaign. Couldn't be organized.
They do say things in a way that is going to elicit a response from people.
Sparking outrage, spraying vitriol at many, and helping to legitimize a movement of negativity growing on the internet.
Oh, interesting how this all plays out, huh? Because again, we'll just come back over here. Mentioning of Milo and everything like that, and then go straight into talking about Amanda Stenberg. Huh. Organized campaign much?
There's been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced. When it was still just a concept and no one had even seen it.
Jeremy?
This is what the Acolyte exists for. It's not here for story. It's not here to build the lore. For crying out loud, look at the cast right here. This cast was made for having as little white males as possible in this cast.
Fun fact, that is actually what it was made for. They've even admitted to it as such in subsequent interviews. So that's actually what Leslie Headland was championing the whole time. But okay, what's this part? What's this part?
You know, Lucasfilm, you know, the retarded Avengers assemble over there, backing each other up.
Racists do stick together.
Oh! Huh. Lucasfilm, retarded Avengers, racists do stick together. Oh, almost like they're calling Lucasfilm the racists. Almost like they're naming people there and pointing something out there. Oh, but you're gonna clip all these segments out of context and say that this proves something. Huh, interesting, because I remember this stream. This is a funny stream. One of the last streams Az was on. That was a good stream.
He accused Jones of playing the victim.
Actress Amanda Stenberg playing the victim card.
Oh, don't you just love it? Why was Amanda Stenberg playing the victim card? Oh yeah, because she dropped a diss track on everybody and her show wasn't being received well. That's why she started attacking everybody. She started blaming hatred and bigotry as the reason the show wasn't being received well, instead of on the fact that the show was just bad. But okay. Oh, Moses Ingram.
It can do nothing other than play the victim.
Whoa. Okay, you read that. What did he actually, what was that screenshot? Obi-Wan is going to bring the most diversity I think we've ever seen in the galaxy before. Ingram told The Independent. To me, it's long overdue. If you've got talking droids and aliens, but no people of color, it doesn't make any sense. In 2022, you know? That is playing the victim. That is outright playing the victim. Nothing he's saying here is wrong. But you don't want to admit to that. You don't want to accept that fact, huh? Because you're lying, gaslighting, and clipping stuff out without context. Interesting how that happens. But we're going to continue on.
Can do nothing other than play the victim.
Amanda Stenberg, the adult pretender.
Pathological.
Amanda Stenberg, the adult pretender. The same thing Gary calls every actor. Again, out of context.
Sociopathic feminist liars in popular culture.
Almost like she's fucking lying through her teeth.
Yes, because remember, what was she saying on The View? That it was bigoted attacks against her while her show was one of the most popular shows around right now. And she dropped a diss track out against all the bigots because she was lying. Oh, by the way, in her diss track, she was attacking the media, saying they weren't doing their job properly. Maybe people just hated it.
And it would be one thing if we actually saw some evidence.
Garbage woke show. Oh yeah, because they're trying to say that this was hatred against the actors. Garbage woke show.
Of this, right? If we actually saw some of this shit she's talking about, but no.
Oh, okay. Randomly pause it. Calling people racist nowadays means absolutely nothing. I'm still trying to figure out how someone can be an actor for like 20 years and still not only has one facial expression and character. Amanda's solution to solving the world's problems is playing victim to the new problems she's created. Such intolerable racism. That check cleared. Yet, The two-term black president, black VP, two black SCOTUSes, black senators, black generals, black governors, overrepresented in basically every sport, some of the highest paid athletes in entertainment, etc., etc. This ish will never die, ever. Man, I thought this was supposed to be hatred towards her. I thought this was supposed to be racism towards her. Oh, but they're not going to show you this? That's why they just did a quick scroll down, okay? That's why they started doing this, not to show you what's actually being said, because they're trying to trick you into thinking that it's actually something there.
This is just
Let's pause it again. Let's play this game again. I for real dislike her to the point of which I think of her as a traitor to the Republic. Oh, that's in reference to Star Wars. There are only 6 movies, no sequels after episode 6, and no expansion stories relating to female narcissists. Yeah? The moment she went on The View, she basically dead to me. Okay. Black people didn't like it either. Neither did women. Yeah? Because they didn't show up to watch it. Whoopi saying this character is fictional like it's some great wisdom is hilarious. Her saying, why get upset about someone who is fictional? These are people that had fits over Apu on The Simpsons. Again, this was supposed to be hatred towards Amanda here.
Gaslighting. These are terrible, talentless people that we are instructed that we must like unless... Then the sort of subtext is, you know, if you don't like them...
Come on, this is just a joke. You gotta be kidding here. This was a joke made by Grizzy. You gotta be kidding me.
You're some kind of bigot somehow.
Terrible performance, her attitude, driving away fans, anything like that. No, it's everyone else's fault and they're racist and they just hate me because I'm black.
That is what she said. That is literally what she said. She will not accept that. She just had a horrible performance and that everybody hates her because she's black. That is what she said. How is any of this hatred? Those are facts of the matter. Oh, but you don't want to accept that.
It's all like she's so vapid and narcissistic.
It is the most like kind of narcissistic.
Oh, I don't Star Wars theory. Star Wars theory. Why is Star Wars theory in this? I thought they were targeting just YouTubers, nerd, erotic, geeks, gamer, and Ryan. Why would Star Wars theory randomly show? Oh yeah, they mentioned Star Wars theory and all this, don't they? Don't they mention Star Wars theory? Huh. Almost like Rewriting Ripley made this letter, and this was an organized harassment campaign led by Rewriting Ripley and failed YouTubers. Interesting how that all goes down.
Lack of self-awareness.
And she's still bitching about oppressors. You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch. Look at that.
She literally hasn't. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The dumb joke from Orlando. Ryan goes to Universal Orlando, does a dumb joke, and walks away. That's it. But this is proof of racism.
They got a Derek Chauvin George Floyd memorial. But also every single different race of people has been enslaved and discriminated against and oppressed in some way throughout our entire history. The only people that can't get over it seems to be black people.
True.
I am not a racist, though I'm frequently told that I am one. But I am in favor of oppressing whatever the fuck this is, because
yeah, because this was disturbing to see. That was the point of the joke. This was not a fun video that she put out. It was disturbing. YouTube demonetized Geeks and Gamers, RK Outpost, and Erotic. A handful of YouTubers have jeopardized the safety of our community and the creatives we love too long. The Star Wars fandom demands action. At Team YouTube, demonetize Neurotic, Ryan Cannell, and RK Outpost, and Geeks and Gamers. Hate should not be career path. Remember, guys, Rewriting Ripley has connections to Lucasfilm, Disney Star Wars, and actual individuals that work at Lucasfilm. This is an actual campaign led not just by Star Wars YouTubers, but Lucasfilm itself, because this video is all the exact same things that get said in this letter that everybody is sharing around. Interesting how that all works out, huh? If you were angered by the video above, take action. Ask YouTube to demonetize the hate on their platform with this letter from Star Wars community. I like Star Wars. Am I a part of the Star Wars community? Because I don't approve of this letter. Oh no, because I'm not a part of their community. I'm not associated with them, so I don't count. But what else did we have out here? Oh yeah, Star Wars Theory. So I love Star Wars Theory post here. Again, this is an older post that happened before all this went down, but it's so apt. Disney Star Wars fans, we preach positivity and freedom of speech about Star Wars. Also, Disney Star Wars fans, if you disagree, throws death threats, body shames, insults, puts down life's work, lies, edits video out of context, not inclusive. That's exactly what's going on here. That's exactly what's happening here. This sums up the entire thing here. This is an organized harassment campaign against Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, and Ryan Kennel. Because they disagree. Because they talked. Because they said something that people agreed with. Even if they weren't there. Even if Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, and all those people weren't there to speak ill about The Acolyte, The Acolyte still wouldn't have been a success. People still wouldn't have watched it. Nobody would have watched it. So what does this prove? What does this achieve? What does this harassment campaign achieve? Oh, it achieves silencing their enemy. Silencing the people they disagree with. And silencing the people that are speaking for all of us right now. We're speaking for you, the audience, that are going around saying what you, the audience, are thinking. Saying what you believe in. People that you agree with. You don't have to agree with them on everything, but when it comes to Star Wars, you agree with them. When it comes to Doctor Who, you agree with them. And I pulled up Quarter Black Garrett's whole post, just the other video. We agree with him here. They talked about Star Wars The Acolyte. They talked about Doctor Who. They talked about Star Trek. They talked about Indiana Jones, Rings of Power, Dustborn, Concord, Star Wars Outlaws, Starfield, MCU Phase 4. They talked about all of that. And if they shut up, these all still fail. Everything here still fails. Because all they're doing is vocalizing what the audience is thinking. That's all they're doing. They don't like the audience. They don't like you. They want you to shut up. They don't want you to have a voice. That's what it boils down to. And they hate that you have a voice. They hate that people agree with them. And they hate the audience as a whole. That's what this is all about. And that's why they're leading this harassment campaign against these creators and against these people. These people have businesses. They have mouths to feed. They have lives to live. And they want to shut them up and take away their funding because they disagree on Star Wars. That's it. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a video go live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.